Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Here's your new and updated mods for Tuesday, August the 19th. In total, 10 mods released today. All platforms got 2 new, and PC and Mac players got 8 new, including 2 maps, neither of which have required mods. Hey, speaking of maps, has anybody noticed that Alma, Missouri is not on this list? It was pending release yesterday, and it was not released today. Wonder what's going on. Nonetheless, let's hop right in. Starting off today, we got new mods for all platforms. The Skoda Enyaq Coupe Plus. This was one of the most recent update additions to the game, so we already have the base game version of this. However, now we got a crazy modified version of it. And yes, it's not only modified, but the animations on this are... I think it may have more animations than anything I've ever seen. So base specs, 299 horsepower, it's an electric vehicle, 82 kilowatt hour battery, and it goes 111 miles per hour, weighs 2.2 tons, making it pretty lightweight when it comes to an electric vehicle, at least in game. We have 3 types of the car itself. We have the civilian, we've got the French National Police, and we have the German Police. Now there are a few things that do change whenever you go with one of the European police versions. So for example, whenever we go over to the French National Police, down at the left-hand side, rim color, interior door panels, and seat colors, you get rid of the main color. So that just completely goes out the window. But you can still do the other stuff, and a very similar thing here as well with the German one. And yes, they both do come with a blue beacon on the top. However, it is worth noting, if you go with the civilian, no beacon. Also worth noting, no way to remove these liveries. So if you wanted to go with a police version, but you wanted to make it undercover, you can't do that. So let's just stick with the normal versions then. We've got interior design. This is going to be kind of your bits and bobs around the dashboard and on the doors. You got wood, carbon, piano black, and chrome. So you're able to choose between those. I kind of like either the carbon or piano black. They look better, I think, especially with the ambient lighting, which you can change up from blue, red, green, and white. Windows, you have standard or tinted, and normally I would say, just go for a standard window, but you might want to go tinted. There's something really cool that happens. You got a trailer hitch on here as well, yes or no. It's nice that we've got that. Animations, you've got normal ones, like full animation, and then basic animations. Go with the full, you'll be thanking me. Trust me. Then we've got colors. So all of the colors of the rainbow, we got them. Not only that, you've got your rim colors here as well. Again, all of the colors, which is nice to see. Interior door panels. This is another one that's really nice to have. Boop. We could change up those colors. Lastly, we got a seat color. This is going to be the stripe that goes down the middle of the seats. If you don't like it, just go with like a gray or something like that, and you're good. So here we are. I've decided to go for the German police version. Well, bam. We can cut it on. We do have the blinky blinkies all around, which is very nice. However, as far as I can tell, I can't figure out how to turn on a siren. We do have the horn, which is a little bit different than the regular horn, but other than that, really not a whole lot going on. Up at the top left-hand corner, we've got quite a few animations. Not only that, we have 4 control groups with this. Tailgate, steering wheel, rear view. You've also got the driver's seat and passenger seat, and the sun visor and armrest. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So we're just going to start with doors. We have a couple different sets of doors. Front left. Also, dude here is opening his own door. Real slow like. Comes over. Boop, boop, boop. I think that's funny. You can also open up the rear doors too. And the trunk, which is kind of neat. You can either do a manual or automatic manual. This is the automatic. One button, click it, it opens. But you can also use another control as well. And you got straps back there. That's pretty cool. Gotta hand it to it. That's pretty sweet. We also have a couple other animations as well. As I mentioned, we've got rear doors. So you can open every single door on this. Nice. Very nice. And then here's what I was talking about. We can kind of open this to any setup that we want. That ain't it, though. One button push, and all the windows go down. Look at this. Hey. That is very cool. This is what I was talking about. Maybe go with the tinted window setup. I have. Tinted windows aren't too bad here either, so that makes this really nice. Moving on, so control group number 2. We've got multiple setups through here as well. So in here with the steering wheel, we can move it around. And you might even be able to see the flap on the back side of the steering wheel. We can move that too. So cool, so cool, so cool. Also, with all of these, it is worth noting that we can open and close the windows and open up the tailgate on all of these control groups. So keep that in mind. Now, we also have the rear window, rear mirror rather, so you could set this to whatever you want. Keep an eye on your friends, creep on them, whatever you got. Then we've got our driver's seat and passenger seat, so we can move forwards and backwards. And yes, it does show from the outside. We'll roll the windows down here so you can kind of see that. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. And then switch it over, and we can lean forwards and backwards. So that is nice. And then we've got other control groups. Boop. Pop it in, and we can do the same thing for the passenger seat, so you can move your buddy around a little bit. Then we've got sun visors, so we can open up a sun visor, move it around, do what you need to do there. And then lastly, look at this little guy. Look at that. So cool, man. Otherwise, that is everything that we've got here. As far as everything else goes, I mean, it is just like the base game Enyaq, so there's nothing really. Yikes. There's nothing really that's going to change there. It still goes the same speed. It handles exactly the same. It is the same car. So you're good. The next one comes in toothpaste tractor. And that would be the K-brand SW4014 Bell Wrapper RH. This is a Mack Trucker 921 mod. Great to see Mack Trucker back on the list today. So this is really interesting. And the thing that makes this unique is we've got hitches on the back. So you can either add a ball hitch or a pin hitch. So no matter what kind of trailer you're running, whether that be one of the base game ones or a modded one, you can run it. Two different wheel brands to choose from. You got Trailer Boy and Vredestein. No wheel setups. We already talked about the rear hitch. You could do bell wrap. There's a bunch on here. So we have the Ronnie wrap stuff, which is very nice to see, but you can also run a Kubota orange, and you've got multiple green setups through there. And then you've got yellows and violets and construction setups and blue setups and brown setups. Oh my goodness, so many colors. So the colors are actually in the bell wrap itself, not in color options. Then we've got a chassis color right here, which is kind of good with the toothpaste, so you can see everything that changes. There you go. We'll go with the trim color. We'll go with the orange with this. And you can see that does a lot of the machine. For this one, I would probably recommend just keeping it black. I think it looks pretty good. And just use the chassis color for whatever color you wanted. One of the nice things is they do have the Kubota orange in there, so you can run that. And then we've got rim colors as well. If you're going to Kubota, may as well go all the way with it. Now, another thing that is very cool is this will wrap modded bales. So it's got different bale setups for the selectable bale capacity mod. Shockingly, it's not a mod that I've got installed, so I can't show it to you, but it will do it. So I've got my trailer. We've got a pin hitch on there. I've got my baler here. We got a pin hitch on there as well. Let's grab a hold of it. Let's pull forward. I went with Kubota orange. The Kubota looks pretty close, man. Kubota orange is sometimes a little bit difficult to get right, and I think in Farm Sim 22 is a little bit darker than it is in 25, although they do have a new paint tool that they're using, so there is that as well. So let's see how we do here. Let's get this thing unfolded. We're going to put our trailer into working mode. Those line up pretty nicely. This tractor's, it's not that it's having a tough time, it's having a bit of a tough time. We'll put it that way. All right, I did not load this with anything. Crap. I've never tried to load these while there was a bale actually in it. Hey, it works. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so there's that. We'll pull forward, grabs our bale, and we're good to go. Got another bale here we're gonna wrap. I will say it is wrapping a little bit faster. I don't know how much faster it's wrapping, but it is wrapping a little faster than I would expect. Plus, these are big bales. 220s or 240s, baby. 180, 220, 240. Yeah, 240. There you go. All right. Works. Moving on. And there it is. Those are both, and I guess all of your mods for all platforms today. As we mentioned, no Alma, Missouri update was released. There's at least one mod update. That's Alma, Missouri, that's set to be released. However, it did not do that today. So I guess keep a lookout. I talked to Celebuki. They don't know what's going on. We'll find out soon, I guess. So I've done a bit of testing right here because Looney Farm Guy, some of you guys may know him, hit me up and was like, hey, is the pin hitch working for you? Because I can't get it to hook up to anything. And as you guys just saw, I mean, this has got a pin hitch and I've been using it with it. It's working just fine. And apparently, at least with the base game trailers, it's the only one it works with. I can't get it to hook up to any of these. They've all got pin hitches. As you can see, nada. And you can't say it's the PTO because the other trailer that I've been testing with has a PTO as well, and I had zero issues. You would expect it to at least hook up to one of the smaller base game trailers like this guy right here, the Farm Tech, but nada, it does not. And no, the ball hitch doesn't either. I've tried that too. So just be aware, at least from my findings, the base game Arcusin seems to be currently the only one that you can actually hook up to. But it does work, and it works just fine. Now we're making our way over to new ones for PC and Mac players. The two maps are going to be at the very end, so if you're looking for those, you could skip ahead. This is our EuroMilk Rino FX500 Slim. It's a little bit slimmer, but that's pretty cool. We do have a dashboard on the digital dash on the front, 5,000 liter capacity, 40 horsepower is required with 3.1 tons by itself, and we can change up the wheels to be a wee bit smaller if you need that. Very cool, very nice feed mixer as well. Next one's pretty cool. This is the Agrostroj RUR-5. I don't know how to say it. We've got a manure spreader on here. We also have the manure spreader with the superstructure on the back, but we also have a feed wagon set up for this as well. That's pretty cool. Maybe don't do both at the same time, but that's kind of neat. You do have a setup for left cover, yes or no, right cover. It's going to be exactly the same thing on the other side. And then we've got color options. So you're going to go with a gray or a red. To be honest with you, I think the gray looks awesome on here. And then we've got the same thing for wheels as well. I think this looks just like a little bit more military-esque. I don't know, you could use a manure spreader in the military, right? Goodness gracious. Nonetheless, very cool trailer. Next piece is a role play piece of equipment. This is the Pichon B-MIX80. What this does, you hook it up to your 3-point, and then you put it down in your slurry tank, and it helps mix it all together. You've got a red set or a green set on there. Weighs 780 kgs and 70 horsepower to run it. Again, it does nothing. It does nothing. But it is pretty cool and great for roleplay. Next up today, we've got the Berti TFB-YE 200. This is a 2-meter motor. There you go, PC and Mac only. We can change up the PTO. 60 horsepower is required, 2 meters at 7 miles per hour, and it weighs just about as much as that slurry mixer. Bam! Next on our list, we have the Pastò Thor 300. This is a subsoiler. We've got the containment bands on the side, which can be added and taken away, just like a lot of the subsoilers. 250 horsepower, 3 meters at 6 miles per hour, weighs 1.9 tons. Last mod before we get into the maps, we have the Bonnel Multicultor. I read this as multicolor to start with and was mad that there were no colors. It's the Coulter. It's cultivator, 150 horsepower, 5.4 meters, 9 miles an hour. It's 3.6 tons, a little bit big for a cultivator, but very cool. And it's not a trailed one, so you can hook it up via 3-point. I prefer these if I'm going to use the cultivator, which I never do. So I guess I don't know what to say from here. Let's move on. Now map time. We have No One's Land, which I think we can all agree is a little too close to No Man's Land, but well, we won't go over that. I'll let the comments decide that one. This is a 4X map. It is, well, it's basically the same thing as No Man's Land, except it is 4X. Obviously, it is different in every way except for the name. So there is that. There are 16 farmlands, which you could purchase here. You've got some hills, you got some valleys, you got some water, and you've got the streams, everything. You can also see that the circle is very weird, so I'm gonna try and come down to the ground as best I can. Through here you can see we've got flowers all over the place, which is very nice to see, and every once in a while you get into some interesting flowers. I like that it's broken up. I don't like that the circle follows me around everywhere, or that the draw distance on this map is super short. No bueno. Nonetheless, this is your map of areas that you own. We've got farmland number 8 right here, which has all of our stuff on it. We do have some stuff around. We've got NPCs on the left-hand side, and down here at the bottom where the, well, I say town area is, it's just the main area on the map. As far as everything else goes, no new crops, so don't expect any of those. Here's your crop calendar, so you'll know exactly what is what and where is where. No animal pens. You got to put them down yourself. We do have contracts, but surprise, they're all wood transport, and we've got no owned contract or productions, 1 available. We have the sawmill, so at least that is nice. And then we have our vehicle setups here 2. So you've got a plow, cultivator, a farm tech trailer, Great Plains seeder, international pickup truck, a half-pipe Massey 7S. Very nice to see that. And we've got a fuel trailer. Here is your main farm. You actually spawn right in front of it. We're actually right down below where I'm flying around right now. You do have to build up what is on the farm. So if we jump down here, we can see we've got a buildable log cabin, and you have to build that yourself. And then we have another buildable log cabin right beside it. So 2 log cabins. I don't really know why, but we do have both of them. Silo system and your equipment, and that is it. That is everything here. You can delete the fences and get rid of them if you want to, but I don't know, something about them that's nice. Plus, we got a little windmill? Is that a windmill? I don't know. That it makes money, which is very important. There's another thing that I found kind of interesting. So over here, right smack dab right there, we've got a tree bridge, and one neat thing is I guess you can cut them. I don't know, we should try, but these trees right here are like alive technically. I'm not able to pick them up and move them at all, which is real wild and interesting. I find that just super cool, and it knows what they are. So it's like the trees are there, but they're growing sideways. That's awesome. Let's cut them. He. Right there it is. And timber. Oh. Well, I guess be careful to not do that. Yeah, that's fun. Oh yeah, I forgot I've got the lumberjack mod installed. I haven't used that in months. Yeah. Neat. Can we cut it again? Yeah, I'm gonna cut it again. Oh, come on, a little bit more. A little bit more. Bye. Whee! And rocking along your last mod today, we have a new map for PC and Mac players. Polish map, Lipka Wielka, I think?
Lipka Wielka.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty close. I think we can all agree. It's a normal size, not 4X map. It's kind of difficult to see where the map starts and ends, but we can kind of follow this line right here. If we're all the way down, you can't really tell, which is really nice. Otherwise, we can run up here to the corner, as I like to fly from corner to corner. So as we mentioned, this is a Polish map filled with lots of lush greenery. It does have some custom lighting, so if you guys like that, something a little bit different, this may be a great place to go. Unlike some of the other Polish maps that we've got where the fields are just small and they're strips and they're in straight lines, this is very not like that. There are some that are like that, obviously. I mean, you know, up there and through here and stuff, but we do have some larger fields too. Some pretty big fields for a Polish map. None of them are proper and square, which makes it a lot of fun to get out and harvest, whether you're using GPS or not. There is nothing wrong with that at all. 95 farmlands, 85 fields, meadows, including a starting farm, and we have Polish license plates. Speaking of the starting farm, let's see if we can find our way around to it, and here it is. We've got this and a couple buildings around, which is very nice. And a huge hall, open hall, so that you could put anything in there that you wish. This does not have any required mods, nor did the map previously. Usually Polish maps have required mods. However, not this one. I am curious on why it's PC only. I haven't figured that one out yet, but it is what it is nonetheless. Let's poke around, take a look, and see what we've got. Here is the own land. So we've got 86 up here. We've also got farmland number 1, which is actually pretty big. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know if there's any else. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see that bright green, but there you go nonetheless. Here's the full map setup if you'd like to see that. No custom crops, by the way, so you're not worrying about any of that. Here's your crop calendar. Pretty standard stuff throughout there. No animal pens on the map at all. We do have quite a few different contracts when we start off, including a nice harvesting one on 43. Definitely check that out. 11,000 bucks for that one. We do have a sawmill available. However, no other productions on the map. So if you want them, you're going to have to put them down. And then, of course, for our vehicle setups here, we have all the starting equipment from Riverbend Springs. They said, yep, those are good. Let's just use those. I will say this as well. So this is That Rider, I believe is the name of the modder. This is their first mod for Farm Sim 25. And just the detail around the animal dealer and this spot is alone is insane. I can imagine they have probably spent every single waking minute since 25 came out working on this map. I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job. And if you're interested in maps like this, I highly recommend you check it out. You will not be disappointed. And that is it. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and thank you for watching. If you guys are interested in the Project Motor Racing game at all, I've released a new video over on the Game Room channel, DjGoHam Game Room, so you can check that out if you would like and you're interested. Otherwise, I just hope you have an awesome day. Enjoy your day play Farming Simulator, and we'll catch you in the next one.